Tech Vibe here, bringing you the most exciting glimpses into what Apple might drop next. If you're into leaks, rumors, and future tech, you're in the right place. Picture this: you walk into an Apple store in late 2025, and the newest iPad Pro is showcased. It feels familiar, yet something inside is unmistakably next generation. That's what the whispers around the iPad Pro M5 promise: a tablet that doesn't reinvent the wheel but sharpens every spoke. So when might we see it? Most analysts and rumor trackers point to October 2025 as the prime window, though some cautious voices suggest a slip into early 2026. Apple tends to follow an approximate 18-month update cycle for iPad Pro models, and with the M4 version released in mid-2024, late 2025 is on the dot. Some reports say mass production of components is already underway, aligning with that timetable. Let's get into what the M5 generation might bring. First off, the chip itself. Leaked benchmarks hint the M5 could deliver about 10 to 15% gains in single-core performance and 15% or more in multi-core workloads compared to M4 models. GPU performance may see even steeper lifts. Some leaks claim a 30 to 35% jump, enabling smoother rendering, heavier workloads, and more headroom for creative apps and games. The M5 is also rumored to be built on a more efficient process node, leading to better power efficiency and less heat under load. Memory is another area getting more attention this time. Right now, the entry iPad Pro M4 comes with 8 GB, with higher tiers getting 16 GB. For the M5, rumors suggest 16 GB might become standard across most configurations, not just premium ones. That change alone would dramatically improve performance headroom for multitasking, pro apps, and future iPadOS features. Connectivity is also expected to get a boost. M5 iPad Pro may include Wi-Fi 7 support, moving beyond the current Wi-Fi 6E, offering higher throughput, better reliability, and lower latency in dense networks. On the cellular side, the rumor mill mentions a next-generation modem, C-Series or variant, for faster mobile data. Bluetooth and wireless chips may also be upgraded for smoother accessory pairing and lower power draw. One of the most talked about new features is dual front-facing cameras. The idea is that the iPad Pro will have both a landscape-oriented and portrait-oriented front camera, allowing FaceTime, center stage, and video workflows to work naturally whether you're holding the device vertically or horizontally. That change could seem small, but for creators, video calls, and multi-touch workflows, it's a notable convenience. What about the display and exterior? The consensus is Apple won't overhaul the design radically. The M4 model just introduced major changes like the OLED display and slim bezels. So the M5 Pro likely retains the same chassis, general screen sizes, 11-inch, 13-inch or variations, and OLED/promotion features. Some rumors suggest small internal tweaks to brightness, power draw, or subtle bezel reductions, but nothing dramatic on the outside. Apple may still refine internal display drivers or adopt an improved driver chip. Some talk of advanced LX semicon drivers, which could pave the way for further bezel reduction or efficiency gains, but that's more speculative and possibly for future models beyond M5. Let me drop a quick hook. Imagine an iPad Pro powerful enough to rival MacBook performance, but in a form factor you hold, not a laptop. With the leaks pointing where they do, that might finally become less fantasy and more possibility. On the software side, the M5 iPad Pro will likely debut with iPadOS 26, or whatever name Apple gives the 2025 release, which is expected to lean heavier into AI, multitasking, and more adaptive experiences. Because the hardware is catching up, the software may unlock features previously reserved for Macs, better background processing, more fluid multitasking, smarter memory management, or even enhanced on-device intelligence. Apple might enable features like improved context awareness, smarter windowing, and deeper integration of AI-based tools that require solid neural engine backends. Battery life is tricky. The chassis is unlikely to allow a much larger battery, so Apple will rely on efficiency gains from the M5 and better thermal logic. Real-world usage gains, especially under stress or mixed workloads, might be more noticeable than headline battery numbers. Fast charging via USB-C or MagSafe, if supported, could also get slight improvements, especially in top-tier models. For creatives, video editors, illustrators, 3D artists, the M5 iPad Pro holds serious promise. With improved GPU, memory headroom, and more efficient throughput, complex timelines, high-res RAW footage, and rendering tasks could feel more fluid. Apps like Final Cut, LumaFusion, Procreate, and AR/3D workflows could see more headroom. If the device handles heavier plugins or effects with less lag, the iPad may inch even closer to laptop territory. Gaming too is in the mix. Smoother frame rates, better shading, and more immersive effects might elevate the iPad from content creation to content consumption powerhouse. Audio and microphone setups probably won't shift dramatically. Expect the same high-quality speaker arrays, spatial audio support, and perhaps subtle microphone improvements or noise rejection tweaks. The focus is likely performance rather than new audio hardware. On connectivity ports, Apple is unlikely to change the USB-C/Thunderbolt layout. Those options are already well established. But the underlying controllers and throughput may improve. The external accessory ecosystem, Apple Pencil or Pencil Pro variants, Magic Keyboard, external displays, and docks, will presumably remain compatible, with perhaps better bandwidth for external displays or drives. As for pricing, most leaks anticipate similar pricing to current models. That means the 11-inch base model might start around $999, while larger or higher spec variants, with more storage, 13-inch cellular models, could scale upward. Apple may preserve pricing tiers to avoid undercutting the M4 Model too sharply. The decision on whether to push memory or storage upgrades will influence the final cost structure. So, weighing it all, what's the upside, and where might things fall short? The biggest strengths: improved performance, better graphics, more memory which supports future software, and refinements to front camera flexibility. For users with M3 or M4 iPad Pros, the leap may feel meaningful, especially in creative workloads or heavy multitasking. The continuity with existing design is also a strength, ensuring accessory compatibility and familiarity. On the flip side, this may not feel like a dramatic redesign for those hoping for a complete refresh. If you already own an M4 model, gains might be modest for everyday use like browsing, streaming, or light productivity. The dual front cameras, though clever, may not be a deal-breaker for everyone. Also, the improvements depend heavily on how well Apple tunes iPadOS 26 to take advantage of the hardware. Leaks suggest that software may carry a lot of weight here. In final thoughts, the iPad Pro M5 looks set to be a smart, evolutionary upgrade rather than a radical reimagining. It may not turn heads at first glance, but it could be the tablet that finally bridges the gap more convincingly between iPad and laptop for pros. If you're waiting to upgrade, the M5 seems worth the patience, especially if the rumors hold true. Tech Vibe here. If you want leak breakdowns, comparisons, and the real story behind upcoming Apple gear, hit subscribe and ring that bell. Stay curious, stay ahead. I'll catch you in the next one.